Welcome to the Fletcher Wolf Racing Shop. I'm Fletcher. We're pulling the super late model engine out of our dirt super late model today. There's Dad, he's working on it. Tucker, our friend Basil's over there. If your tip is get a hot pressure washer, we know. You may have seen our cool racing stuff videos. Today, we're doing a spring test. So this would be called a steel block super. In our area, we run it in just regular super late model against the aluminum motors. It's a 358 cubic inch engine, so it's small for the super side. For the super late model engines, usually they're 430, 440. SP2 heads. We are making 800 horsepower, so we're right there on power. Some of the bigger motors can get 850, 60, you hear numbers higher than that, but this has been a really solid motor for us. It's been super reliable. It's got pretty good throttle response, really smooth power band. So it's been a really solid engine for our program to kind of get into super late models. When we were racing the crate car, we felt like we needed to learn more about how the super car worked in terms of how the power affected the chassis and how it drove differently under the power. And so the super late model engine that we went with, the steel block, was a reliability and cost thing, but we wanted to make sure that we got to that kind of power so we could start to get our notes on how the car works, and then for me, drive it with that much power. So the motor is mounted in the chassis via a motor plate. So here we are on the driver's side. Got the top bolt pulled out of the right side, and then we still got one bolt, it's loose there. This is a dry sump engine. There's a dry sump pan, there's the tank, oil pumps on the back of the motor. We do have a Peterson primer on this car, so that allows us to prime the engine before we start it, kind of get everything oiled pre-startup. That's a grounding strap from the engine to the chassis. So we'll pull that grounding strap off.
This is our oil pressure line to go to the gauge. So we'll have to break that free too and loosen it up, and that'll come out. Over here on this side, we also run some nozzles for our fire system down in here under the carburetor. So we've got to get that stuff free. Fuel tank area has a nozzle from the fire system, and that there's one in the cockpit. Okay, that's the only thing. They say you can have a third one, put it wherever you want. So we run it up here around in case there's a leak or something hits the carburetor or something like that. The fire suppression system works is it robs the fire of oxygen. So if the driver's in the cockpit, the fire's not in the cockpit, and you fill the cockpit with stuff, it robs him of oxygen. I wouldn't put that on YouTube. 1 inch size nut. The other place we have to undo is we have a oil fitting down here in the back of the block. Before we take this off, I want to get some air and blow around it, get any residue out of there. This is a scavenge for the valley in the pan of the intake manifold area on the top of the block. So we scavenge that, so we have to take that line loose. The oil pump here is mounted to the belt housing here, and the belt drives down to the crank, the back of the crankshaft. So down in here, we're going to come in and we're going to loosen this up, and we're going to drop this pump down so we can loosen the belt. Clearing any dirt out of the plug areas or where the hoses are going to come off, so we don't have a problem.
We got a short one of those?
I do not think I do. I was doing this though. It's not like it's the first time you've done this.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Must just be holding your mouth wrong. You might just be able to spin it off.
It's already loose.
I can just spin it off by hand now. Do we need a plug or a cap?
So are we pulling the bell housing and transmission with it, or just pulling the motor? Just the motor. Part of our late model rules are that our engines have to be carbureted. This is our Willys Super Bowl carburetor, and this has just been an awesome piece for us. You can see just the billet finish. The Super Bowls are really cool. We've actually done some shorts on that, so go ahead and check that out. This has got a little barrel valve in it. We've got fuel in and also return. It's just a really nice carburetor setup.
We're going to take the scavenge lines loose from the pan. There's 3 of them on this side. They have a screen on the end, as you can see. That's so as the scavenge pump side of the pump pulls the oil out. If there happens to be a piece of debris in there, it doesn't carry it up to the pump. A piece of debris that gets up into the pump like that can seize an oil pump. And then you've got a fairly big bag that you don't want. So these are real nice hoses. They're BMRS, they're highly flexible, they're lightweight, they're custom made for each application, and so we've been really happy with these. They're really a nice part. We'll take these out. There'll be a little residual oil left. Plug the pan so A, we don't leak oil everywhere, and B, we don't get anything in the oil pan we don't want.
Okay. I'm gonna come up.
Yep. Real slutty.
Pull the cherry picker out just a little bit. Those are clearance around there. Good.
At the moment, good. I need to come
You gotta
up.
come up or you won't clear that too.
Yeah.
But we're clear of that.
Okay, good. All right, stop. Are you just gonna set it on its oil pan?
Yes.
No. And once it's down, we'll
Slide it. Yeah, it'll slide.
We can slide it away from the wall. Okay. Coming up.
Okay, good. Drives the oil pump. And then the inner spline drives the transmission. So there's no clutch in here.
Okay, yeah.
So it doesn't need to be any bigger than that. These are ARP bolts. They're 12 point. So you have to use a 12 point socket to put these bolts either in or out. Okay. And then we also have to hold the engine still. So I'll mount this up. This is my little jig for hanging onto the ring gear so that we can break the bolts loose and take it off.
So we've got the engine out. We've got a list of things that we have to get accomplished with the engine out, to the engine and to the chassis. I've got some chassis stuff that I want to go over, but we'll do that in a future video. The engine, what we're going to do is pull the oil pan out. This has a two stage, I guess you would call it, cup oil pan, so that if you blow through the first oil pan, you have a leak, this basically catches it. It's a problem for us because it's a little bigger than what you would normally run on a dirt pan. And so our steering column doesn't clear the pan. And so you end up having to kind of make adjustments for that. We don't want to have to make those adjustments. So we're going to pull the outer layer of the pan off, see what the inner layer looks like, see how difficult it is to deal with that, and whether we need to either do another oil pan or whether we can make the necessary modifications to the oil pan that's on this engine. The other thing we have to do is clean it, right? So dirt track cars, we haven't figured out how to clean. They take a lot of cleaning. We have not figured out how to do that. So see the Permatex panel behind me. Like that's like not that dirty. So what we have to do is clean the engine where we can't get to it easily on a normal clean. All the grease, all the dirt, the buildup that is in those little crevices that we can't get to. So that's another thing that we have to do. And then just normal engine maintenance, you know, run the valves, do the oil change, that kind of stuff. We'll do that before it runs again.
Smooth, even pull. Break it loose. Same over here. I do use red Permatex on these bolts. They torque just somewhere between 65 and 70 foot-pounds. You can check that with your ARP measurement. And yeah, that's it. So we'll take this device off now so we don't have any tension, and we'll go ahead and pull the flywheel off.
All right, so we've got the engine on the stand and flipped over upside down so we can get a good look at the oil pan, and it may not be what we thought. So Steve's got the boroscope down in there, our little Wi-Fi Amazon boroscope. We actually did a cool racing stuff on that. You should check that out. Here he is looking inside these drain plug holes in this stainless steel oil pan. Thanks for watching from the Fletcher Wolf Racing Shop. We're working on rebuilding this car. We've got more stuff in the works. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications if you like our videos, and we'll see you on the next one.